what's going down this great day. So check this out. Now when we talk about animalistic stuff or being higher or masculine and feminine. With men and women, for one, it'll be the opposite. Instead of the complete opposite, but it'll be the opposite. So we gotta also think, okay, now let's go back and say, okay, if a mother, if a woman is meant to have children, and right now we're living in the day and age where women have children, women work, all that good stuff. They put too much on themselves, but they do it to themselves. Anyways, this is not that subject. So basically, this is why the woman stayed at home. It had nothing to do with a man didn't want you to go to work. It had all to do with the child that you were bearing. Now we're gonna look at, for one, as a woman, do you actually want to go out there and risk dying every single day to get the food? We're talking about before phones, and I know we're this and this now. Stop for a second. Take it back. Let's create this understanding of why this was important. See, you ever notice how animal, you don't have to tell it what to do. It automatically knows. Like if you think about it, the turtle leaves the sea turtle leaves the egg on the beach. Once it cracks, the small turtle has to make it all the way to the water. Now they instinctually know they have to go to the water. You see what I'm saying? So now if you go back and, like I said, take this into humans. So if you go back and you say, okay, as a woman, you stayed home, you cooked, you cleaned other stuff. But did you ever ask, what did the man do? All y'all can sit back and say is a woman did this, she stayed home, cooked and cleaned and this and other stuff. Well, that's what feminism was. It told you, so that's why men, if you want to work, we support it, because that means it's easier on us, but it's harder on you, and that's the choice you make on yourself. Okay, now, and that also leads to stress and all this other stuff that you wonder why you're upset and angry all the time. That's partially why. But even on top of that, like I said, I'm gonna go back. This is why it's hard for me to do long videos, because I'll go into 1,000 subjects to describe one thing. Okay, so the reason it was good for a woman to stay home. One, how well do you think you can protect yourself while you're in the time of giving birth, and then on time of being pregnant, and then how much do you think you can protect yourself in the time of giving birth, plus the recovery time afterwards? You see what I'm saying? And back then it was different. Yes, you had animals, you had people coming trying to steal you, and this was partially why the man was your protector. So think about that. Would you rather stay at home, take care of the kids, and actually teach the kids? Because the first 7 years, you're supposed to spend teaching the kids how to understand their emotions, because you are an emotional being. Men are more logical. After a certain age, men take over and teach them more so with logic. They just have to understand their emotions, because when you get older and you go to logic and then you want to add emotion into it, stuff gets messed up, as we see today. So it's one of those things where you have to sit back and say, okay, now that we're in a time where we're working and all this other stuff, women have the rights that they've been sitting there crying for that they want. And the thing is, you got it and you don't like it, but you want to blame men. No, I'm going to tell you what happened. The feminist movement came in and y'all said, hey, we could win. We want to work. We can do this thing. What y'all didn't realize was it was not a plot to get y'all to work. It was just a plot to stop black people or black families from coming together. You see what I'm saying? Because they couldn't separate the man from the woman, because the man wants the woman too much. And look what men do for women. You think men don't want women? Y'all sit there and y'all have downed and dogged and used men for years and years and years and years and years. And y'all still think men don't want y'all? No, what it is y'all falling victim to what was put upon you before, instead of sitting there and saying, hey, I'm gonna come out there because I know better, because I am better than being an animal. This is why understanding what animalistic characteristics are. Now, if you look at a dog, do you wonder why we call a dog a bitch? The reason why you call a female dog a bitch is because whenever the female dog has its babies, it refuses to let the male dog visit the babies. What does that sound like today? Women refusing to let their men see their children. And when women call men dogs, yes, we know dogs are loyal. We know fleas attach on dogs, but what women are saying is dogs will have sex with another male dog. See, a lot of people look at that in a sexual way, but what people don't understand what that dog is doing is establishing a certain dominance over the other dog. It is a weird concept to understand. But when you take the straight, gay, sexual content, like take all that out and look at it for what it is, then you will automatically understand what it is. And then you understand dogs are territorial. They run in packs. There has to be a leader. This dog is establishing some kind of dominance on the other dog. Now, I'm not saying in humans it's the same thing, but if we're acting like animals, then we would have to say, you know what I mean, that also plays a part. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand what we're saying when we're saying it, or else we begin to get confused subconsciously about the things we say. That's why when people call themselves animals, they call themselves a dog, gorilla, they call themselves snakes and all these other things. You have to look at the characteristics of these animals and then understand what you're calling yourself, because once you call yourself that, you will then become that, because you are now casting a spell on yourself, which, like I said, it's just like every song. You got to be what you sit here and say that you are. That's what everybody wants to be real, and that's why people are going to be real. So they're going to be what they say they are. And if you're not, it's going to show through your actions and who you are as an individual. This is how you can tell who is really royalty and who's not. They will automatically carry themselves like that. They don't need nobody to teach them, because it's in their DNA. It is already in you. It is not on you. You know, but anyways, I just wanted to drop a couple things. You know, I hope this can help some people. I know it can, you know, but continue to have a great day.